about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your
report.
Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store, man. And it's not a victory Monday. This Monday is abysmal. The Dallas Cowboys got their ass beat in front of everybody and their mama on Sunday, man. So we in here licking our wounds. We in here trying to see what the hell happened, what's going on, why the outcome was the outcome that we got. We got a lot to unpack, man. This ain't gonna be no feel-good show. You know, we did a pep rally before the game kicked off. This ain't gonna be one of them, man. This is gonna be the day that you gotta take your medicine and listen to your doctor's orders, man. This is not gonna be a pleasant show. I might cuss a little bit more than I normally do, and I already cuss a lot. So if you are weak-minded, if cussing offends you, you might well turn this motherfucker off right now. Because we finna have to talk about our Dallas Cowboys, man. We got to be honest about what we seen and what's going on, and to see if we can actually turn this shit around, man. But before we get too far into it, man, before we get in too deep, y'all know the usual rules and regulations. Y'all tap in with us, man. First and foremost, if you're in the liquor store, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that share button, and make sure you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. And if you're able to find one, I'll be more than happy to give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store, man. And hey, I'm not even gonna hold y'all up, man. Let's just go ahead and slide into it, man. Your defense is ass. Listen, if you were to ask me this time last year, would I expect my defense to be playing like this? It would be a hell no. If you were to tell me my defense was going to give up 70 points in a 2-game stretch, I would have told you was a damn lie. I would have told you it was a damn lie. Not my defense. Not my defense. But that's exactly what's happened. And not only are they giving up points, they're giving up explosive plays. They're giving up explosive plays in the run game. They're not playing fundamentally sound football. People are missing gap assignments. People are missing tackles. There's not really a lot of positives to even point to on the defense. Because in years past, yeah, you couldn't stop the run, but you could sack the quarterback. You could prevent them from scoring a bunch of points. You could generate pressures, right? You can't even do that up to this point this year. Like, every aspect of your defense is bad. Last year, your run defense was just bad, right? You couldn't stop the run. You didn't handle motion well. Like, you had an Achilles heel. That's fine. You did a lot of good things to cover that up. Now you're struggling against the pass, right? Guys are having they're in their perfect days of the office on 15, 20 passes to beat you. You can't stop the run. I think your run defense is even worse than it was last year. Statistically, you just gave up 275 rushing yards. I want y'all, and listen, put that shit in the chat box, man. If you're in here, I need class participation. Put 275 in the chat box. Put 275 in the chat box. And look at that number. Just type it in and look at it. That's how much they gave up on the fucking ground. Not in the air. Like, I understand if a quarterback threw for 275 yards. It's the NFL. They out here throwing the ball 40 damn times. 275 yards through the air. I can live with that. I can make that make sense. 275 yards on the ground. People got to get fired for shit like that, man. There are high school teams not giving up 275 on the fucking ground. There are college teams not giving up 275 fucking yards on the ground. And we're up here talking about, man, listen, if you are going to give up 300 yards on the ground, you're not going to win the fucking football game. It's really simple. If the other quarterback does not have to throw the football to beat you, if teams can get away with throwing under 20 times to beat you, you're not going to win. Damn near every quarterback in existence has a winning record when they attempt under 20 pass attempts, because the law of averages mean if they don't have to throw the ball 20 times, they're winning different ways. The defense is forcing turnovers, not giving up points. The run game is clicking. They don't have to do anything. Like, it's like a group project. They ain't got to do nothing but sign their name on the paper to get the full credit for it. Because these quarterbacks don't have a lot of work to do. They're throwing the ball under 20 times, and when they are throwing the ball, people are wide open. And it's a night and day comparison to what the Dallas Cowboys got going on, man. For example, we talk about people being wide open for these opposing teams. We saw it against the Saints. We saw it this year. We saw it this week. And as quiet as kept, there were people wide open in the Browns game. It just Deshaun Watson is a horrible quarterback. Yep. He said, didn't I have them winning 33-17? My defense turned the hose. Now, I'm not going to completely absolve the offense. They started slow. But at the same time, if you were to ask me what is the biggest concern for me right now, it would have to be your defense. Like, your offense showed some fight. Your offense made it a 3-point game with 2:53 left. You had all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. There was 4 clock stoppages. You could have got the ball back had your defense got a fucking stop. But instead, your defense allowed 2 first downs and the game was over. So, I get it. Offense wasn't perfect. Offense didn't show up till really late. But there was a lot of miscues as well on the offense. We moved the ball. We got to the red zone. We were in position to make it a 14-10 game early in the second quarter. And CeeDee Lamb fumbled the ball at the 5-yard line. We were in position to make it a 21-10 game. We had a pass interference called on the 1-yard line, and it was negated by a holding call. By your rookie left tackle. Right? There was a bunch of opportunities earlier on in the game to make this game closer that the Dallas Cowboys didn't take. Instead of kicking a 65-yard field goal, which he had just made, we went for it on 4th and 14. Right? Like, there were opportunities. There were opportunities for this to be a much closer game than it was, but we made stupid mental errors. And of course, but at the end of the day, man, I'm less worried about, and this is the thing too. My offense is one-dimensional. It's one-dimensional. You've got nothing from Ezekiel Elliott. You've got nothing from Rico Dow. You damn sure ain't got nothing from Deuce Fun. And your tackles as quiet as kept, have not played well all year. Tyler Guyton is learning on the job. He's a rookie. He's young, but he's not ready. He's getting baptized by everybody and their mama. Everybody's laying hands on Tyler Guyton right now. Terrence Steele should be benched. Terrence Steele should be fucking benched. Because unlike Tyler Guyton, he has no excuses. He is a veteran tackle that is being treated like a turnstile. He is going to cost you not only games, but if he continues to let people hit your quarterback, he's going to cost you your quarterback for the season. It takes one hit. It takes one sack. It takes one pressure you didn't pick up on to change your entire season. So, no, like, man, Dallas Cowboys have a litany of issues right now, man. They have a litany of issues. And listen, if I have to stay on track at this point, man. So, I'm going to read y'all off some stuff that I compiled. We're going to talk about it. Because if I jump around, we'll never stay on task like that, man. We're not going to stay on task if that happens. So let me just go here. All right. So Dallas Cowboys. There were issues in the passing game. But I haven't seen the All-22 film yet. I don't know if it was schematical. I don't know if people just weren't winning their one-on-one matchups. But according to this, Dak Prescott threw into tight windows on 35.3% of his pass attempts in Week 3. His highest rate in a game in over 6 seasons. So the last time that Dak Prescott had to do that was in 2018, Week 4, when we had wide receiver by committee. This was before Amari Cooper. This was when we had Allen Hurns, Deontay Thompson, rookie Michael Gallup, right? And then you had Cole Beasley. The last time the Dallas Cowboys struggled for people to get open like this was back when we had wide receiver by committee. That's how bad it was yesterday. For context, just for reference, the last time the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers struggled to create separation like this was when Allen Hurns and Deontay Thompson were your outside wide receivers, man. That's how bad that shit was. And y'all remember Deontay Thompson was out of the fucking league the moment that we cut him. Nobody signed Deontay Thompson back. It was over with. His football career was over with. Man, we can't stop the run to save our fucking lives, Mitch. And listen, this ain't shit funny, Mitch, because this shit ain't no laughing matter, bro. Like, that shit is disgusting. Joe, I don't give a damn, Joe. Your defense ain't this bad. And listen, we ain't crying. We got to talk about what's going on, bro. We got to talk about what's going on at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys did fantastic. I will be on here telling y'all what worked and what happened and all the other stuff. When we lose, my nigga, I still got to come on here with the same energy and tell y'all what went wrong. So, hey, it is what it is, though, bro. But, yeah, the Bears defense is better than the Dallas Cowboys right now. It is. It is. Y'all ain't getting 40-pieced. Y'all ain't getting 40-pieced. Y'all ain't getting, 21 hung on you in one half of football. So, nah, man. Like, yeah, right now, I would say the Bears defense is, even if they ain't better, you're playing better than we are. So, I ain't mad at you. William, not only do the defensive tackles suck, we'll get to that in a second. Like I said, I got to stay focused or we'll be jumping around. Because when there's a bunch of issues and they all need your attention, it's hard to stay focused on one thing. But I'm a reel it back in and I'll stay on task on this one right now. Talking about the tight window throws, and then we'll get to the defense, the offensive line issues, and everything else. So, this is the thing, man. Everything is too fucking hard for Dak Prescott right now. Everything is too fucking hard for Dak Prescott right now. There is literally little room for error with the type of attempts he has. Dak Prescott has to put the ball in a space, pinpoint accurately in between two guys too often. Entirely too often at this point, man. Hey, y'all bear with me, man. I got to answer this phone call, so let me play this video.
Good shit, man. Here we go. Stay square. Stay square.
All right, y'all. I had to take a phone call. I didn't just want y'all to watch a blank screen while that was going on. But we Gucci now. He said, this is shades of 2020. I'm glad you said that, though. Because remember, despite all this, right, despite it being hard, despite the fact that Dak Prescott is having to make throws into double coverage consistently, making all these tight window throws, Dak Prescott is leading the league in passing yards. Like, by default, because you have no run game. Your offensive line is shaky as hell. Your guys ain't getting open. And despite all that, Dak Prescott is still leading the league in passing yards. So, right now, everything is entirely too hard. Everything is relying on Dak Prescott in the passing attack right now. Because you're getting nothing in your run game. And at times, you're not getting anything schematically. Again, I could be mistaken. I like Big Mike. So, I'm a give him the benefit of the doubt. Wait until the All-22 comes out to actually check out what's going on. But, man, that shit was terrible. That shit is terrible right now, bro. You have a one-dimensional offense that scares nobody. You know, outside of CeeDee Lamb, you can blanket CeeDee Lamb, right? You can double-team CeeDee Lamb, and what else you going to do? Brandon Cooks has not been winning that much. Jalen Tolbert cannot win consistently. You know what I'm saying? So, after you take CeeDee Lamb out of the game, and he gets frustrated and start crying and shit, like a little hoe, because he was doing that shit, what would the Dallas Cowboys do? And this the thing, BDE. The Dallas Cowboys are top 5 in salary cap right now. They're top 5 in salary cap right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had the ability to sign more players. When Jerry Jones got in front of everybody and lied like a little bitch about not having enough money to sign Derrick Henry, because he was a bold-faced, bald-faced ass lie, right? You had over $20 million in cap space. And you could have had more than that. You could have had that money at the beginning of the offseason had you only signed CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott then. There was no rule to say you had to wait. There was no rule to say, hey, I want you here. What are your asking price? Let's meet it. Let's get this shit out the way. I know that we can't do better than either one of y'all right now. You're our only option. Let's just get this out the way. You knew you're going to have to pay. Matter of fact, truth be told, had you paid Dak Prescott earlier or paid CeeDee Lamb earlier, their cap space would have been even less. Dak Prescott probably doesn't get $60 million, you know, had you went ahead and signed him before these other people got 53, 55 million. Like, how can you tell Dak Prescott he's not worth $60 million when Trevor fucking Lawrence making like 55, 53? You know what I'm saying? How can you tell Dak Prescott he ain't worth the money he asking for when that shit's going on? Right? Yeah, so it is what it is. The Dallas Cowboys are suffering from self-inflicted wounds. Like, if you're a first responder or a trauma center person, you see the people that have shot themselves in the head, and you're trying to save them from themselves, from the self-inflicted wound that they did. Like, they're bleeding out from things that they did. The Dallas Cowboys were the ones that waited to sign over-the-hill defensive tackles, you know, after training camp was over. The Dallas Cowboys were the ones that chose not to improve the wide receiving core, right? They were the ones that said they like their guys. They want our boy Jalen Tolbert to develop. They want to ride Brandon Cooks and shit out, right? That what they chose to do. right? They were the ones that decided not to do anything. The only real addition you made to this team was you added Eric Kendricks. But you still didn't do anything to replace Jonathan Hankins, who was your best run defender last year. You just said Maji Smith gonna play better, and Maji Smith was coming off a fucking shoulder surgery. So this is my thing, man. And listen, I'm sort of happy this shit happened so early on into the season. We told y'all all off season what the issue was with the Dallas Cowboys. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't run the fucking football. Did they do anything to improve on that? Anything? Anything at all? You lost 1,000-yard rusher, and your counter to that, right? Your counter to that was to bring in Ezekiel Elliott. And listen, I thought Zeke could have gave me something, right? I knew we wasn't the same Zeke, but your thought process of replacing a 1,000-yard rusher was to go get Ezekiel Elliott, who has 200,000 miles on his body, because you yourself ran him into the ground when he was here. Rico Dow, who can't even fucking stay healthy, and Deuce Vaughn, who was the same size as my grandchild. That what the fuck you did to try and build up. You know what I'm saying? Try to build that shit up. I said, what are the facts, Keefin? What are the facts that you sit here talking about, kinfolk? Enlighten me. Enlighten me. It's time to say Ryan 80. Man, listen. You got grown man problems right now. You got grown man problems. You got grown man problems, and I don't think no kid is gonna fix that shit. You need to go and trade for somebody else's wide receiver. You need to go and trade for somebody else's wide receivers. That what the fuck you need to do. You go find a team that ain't won a game yet or some shit, and see you can trade for one of their good wide receivers, who is a veteran who can create their own space, right? Maybe see if the wheels are falling off in Vegas, and see you get Devontae Adams or something. Maybe go holler at the Broncos about Cortland Sutton or something like that. But I don't need no more rookies. I don't need no more kids. Right? It's part of the issues you have because you have inexperience on this team. What one roster move did I want them to make that they didn't? DJ Reader, for one. DJ Reader was one of the best run defenders in the National Football League from the defensive tackle spot. He was a free agent, and he did not sign for a lot of money. I would have took DJ Reader in a heartbeat to help the Dallas Cowboys front seven, and you would have been a much better team right now. He's a true run stopper, a true one tick. He deserved every penny that he got. So yes, one move that I was pushing for with DJ Reader, and they said, "Fuck no, we want these journeyman defensive tackles." That's what they did. They said we want Maji Smith and a couple of no-name guys. That's gonna get us through the year. That's what the fuck they did. That one move would have made your team better. And if you're talking about in the draft, there were plenty of running backs for you to draft that you just decided not to. Right? Bucky Irvin, for one. There was a guy that me and Landlord scouted. You could have went and got you a Bucky Irvin. You could have went and got a multitude of these different running backs. That would have got you more production than what you're getting right now. And no, they gave Dak Prescott the exact amount of money that he was supposed to make. That's the thing. You can't sit here and say you gave somebody too much money and you still got money to spend. You got damn near $30 million you can spend right now on fucking players. Right? So that's not a Dak Prescott problem. That's not a CeeDee Lamb problem. It's not a Michael Parsons problem. It's not my job to be the fucking finance manager for your company. It's not. My job is to get paid. Man, listen, Trey Benson, right? There's a bunch of running backs that we scouted, took the time out of our fucking Saturdays and Sundays to come on here, and tell y'all about. And the Dallas Cowboys said, "Fuck all that. We ain't studying no running backs. We'll pick up an undrafted free agent. He won't even make the team." That's our answer. We're gonna pick up an undrafted free agent, and he ain't good enough to make the team. So, yeah, man, Dallas Cowboys completely butchered this shit. They butchered it in the draft. They butchered the shit in the offseason. and we're paying for it, right? The Dallas Cowboys look like a team that lost pieces, lost production, and did absolutely nothing to replace it. You lost Sam Williams, right? What did you do to replace him? He got injured. Once he got injured, you really didn't do anything groundbreaking to replace him. And on top of that, you had already lost Dorrance Armstrong. You had already lost Dante Fowler. So you were losing like a dozen sacks. And what are we talking about with OCs, dog? What they got to do with anything we're talking about? We're not even talking about that shit right now, short dog. We're gonna stay on task. We're gonna stay on task and finish talking about what we're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, I'm not going to blame too much of it on Dak Prescott. At this point, he's guilty by association. You got to put some blame on him just because he's fucking there, right? Just because he's a part of it and he's there, you got to blame him for something. But really, what do you want Dak Prescott to do? Huh? What do you want Dak Prescott to do with a shitty offensive line and no running game? Exactly what he been doing, throwing the ball 50 fucking times. So I don't really know what y'all want from Dak Prescott right now. He ain't Jesus. He ain't none of the shit. He ain't none of that, man. He ain't no supreme being that's gonna come in and save you. He did what he could. He did his best. He turned it into a 3-point game with 2:53 left. Didn't even make y'all use none of your timeouts to do it either. Had all 3 timeouts. So I don't know what you want more from the offense. At least from the passing offense. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't know what we could do. That's all I'm saying. Like, what more do you want from Dak Prescott to do? Did you want him to punch CeeDee Lamb in the face when he fumbled on the 5-yard line? What more do you want Dak Prescott to do, man? They said run, should have ran in for those 2 points. We'll watch the film on it. We'll figure it out. It ain't dropped yet, so I'll figure it out from there. I try not to gauge a lot of the shit that I talk about from the broadcast view because you don't see everybody. You don't see everybody. So I'll make sure to take a look. But if you're talking about designing a quarterback run for Dak Prescott right there, that might have worked. If you're talking about design quarterback runs for Dak Prescott, I can dig it. That's an aspect of his game that's still there, can work in short yardage situations. So I ain't mad at that thought process. If you just talk about in general, a general principle statement, then yeah, I can understand what you're saying. But I am more concerned about your defense giving up 275 yards on the ground. I'm more concerned that your running game has given you nothing. I'm more concerned that you're giving up explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that Dak Prescott, let's do like a percentile, right? Let's say on a 100%, like 100% all the blame on Dak Prescott, and it go down to like 1%, whatever. Like, it can't be 0 because he's on the team, right? It's a team sport. If you're there, you got to have some blame. But what percentage of blame do you give Dak Prescott for this particular game? This is an honest question. What percent of the blame do you give Dak Prescott for this particular game? Just put it in the chat box. I want to know. I want to know your feelings. I want to know. Go ahead. Like for real, this is a class participation part of this. Go ahead and put it in the chat box. 100% to 1%. How much of this is on Dak Prescott? Because I want to do this with different phases. We're gonna do it with Dak and Neil. We're gonna do it with Dak. We're gonna do it with Dak and them. We're gonna do it with the defense. We're gonna do it with everybody. Life's Crazy said 10%. That's fair. 3%. That shit's fair. You know what I'm saying? Lee Norman said 0, so he really mean about 1. I said I don't think Dak Prescott's the problem, but he should definitely start running more. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. He rarely runs as it is, so when he does, it might catch him slipping. Calvin said 29.8%. Okay. So that's cool, right? Now, let's flip that. How much percent of this game do you put on the defense? My boy Ledbetter Lucas said 15% for 4. Said life's crazy. When are we gonna have the discussion? Benching Hooker and Donald. It needs to start now. It needs to start now, honestly. Because listen, I try to be fair. I try to give people time. They ain't been good this year, bro. They ain't been good at all this year. Hooker and Donovan Wilson. So we can have that conversation right now. My boy Ledbetter said 1,000%. Well, that's really more than 1,000. Like everything in the world is E4's fault. I'm sick, dog. I really hate this shit, man. We're sitting here talking about having to bench players just because they ain't performing. This not really... Like, I hate that shit, dog. Look, you got to do what you got to do in order to win. Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker are not giving you the best chance to win right now. They're not giving you the best chance to win right now. So F it. If it don't work, it don't work. But I'm trying something. Said, can we trade for Amari Cooper back? It's a possibility. Is it likely? Because that would mean the Dallas Cowboys are admitting defeat, that he should have never left. I don't know. Is it going to be if the Dallas Cowboys can look over their own ego? But this is the thing, though, life crazy. Reddick is just a pass rusher. He's a good pass rusher, but he's just a pass rusher. If teams aren't throwing the ball against the Dallas Cowboys, like adding another pass rusher or an edge is not going to help you. Right? It's not going to help. A better thing to do would be to move Micah Parsons off of the line, put him at linebacker, and utilize his speed to fill the gaps and help him run support. Because as it stands, teams are just going to continue to run the ball in Micah Parsons' direction. Try and make him, try and make him disregard his assignment on the edge. So I would rather just move Micah Parsons off the line of scrimmage, off ball, and let him wreak havoc. He said scheme. It could be the scheme. It's saying I'm trying to be fair and not jump out the window because I ain't watched the film yet. Only thing I have right now is the raw numbers. The raw numbers show that guys weren't really open. Dak Prescott was attempting a bunch of tight window throws, but I can't say it's scheme. I can't say it's scheme. What if they got something called up and they're messing up the assignment? You know what I'm saying? What if somebody was supposed to pick somebody here and they didn't do it and now the play's messed up? You know what I mean? Right? I can't say if it's the scheme until I actually look at the all-22 film. Because we got a bunch of young wide receivers out there, man. Jalen Tolbert's young. Jalen Brooks young. What if guys aren't working well with the spacing? What if they supposed to get 10 yards of depth? They only getting 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta go back and look at shit like that before I just say it's the scheme. You know what I mean? I gotta go back and look at those little nuance things going on, because right now all I got is the numbers, and the numbers don't tell me if it's the scheme or if it's the personnel. So I gotta wait till they drop the all 22. Coaches want to stop the run. We just don't have the right personnel to do it. Oh, yeah, okay. So he's talking about the running game as well. I was talking about the passing. And this is the thing. If you don't have the personnel, you might have to change up what you're doing. You might have to do like the Philadelphia Eagles did. The Philadelphia Eagles knew that they couldn't stop the Saints in their standard 4-man fronts. So instead of putting 4 men on the line of scrimmage, they brought in an extra defensive lineman, and they were playing bare fronts against the Saints. Right? They were playing bare fronts against the Saints. 5 down linemen. So, and it helped them stop the run. So maybe the Dallas Cowboys might have to take a page out of that book. Because at the end of the day, the NFL is a copycat league. You put it on tape time and time again. If you run at the Dallas Cowboys, you will beat them into submission. So why would teams do anything else but that? When you think back to all the playoff games that we lose, we've had running backs run us off the fucking field. Aaron Jones ran us off the fucking field. Right? The 49ers ran us off the fucking field. You go back to the Saints loss. I mean, not the Saints. You go back to the Rams loss. Right? Todd Gurley and Anderson ran us off the fucking field. So it's been going on for years. The Dallas Cowboys have been a subpar run defense, especially when it mattered. So guess what? Why would a team try anything else but what's been tried and true? Except we did play bare against the Saints last game. I'm not counting Michael Parsons in that box count. I'm talking about a true bare front. I ain't talking about no hybrid linebacker standing on the line with them. A lot of what they did really wasn't bare. It was more 4-2 under. 4-3 under. But I want a real bare front. I want true 5 big bodies and not just the standard guys and a damn linebacker standing up. I want a true bare front. So you can't coach physicality. Well, shit. And you can't coach physicality. And this is the thing, though. Why is it that guys have been hard-body, cutthroat killers their entire life but come to Dallas and turn into some fucking fairies? Answer that question for me, man. Answer that question. DeMarcus Lawrence was never soft in his collegiate career. We didn't look at DeMarcus Lawrence as being soft for a large majority of his career here. Same thing with Michael Parsons. Same thing with all that, man. Like, what happens when they get to Dallas that the dog don't bark no more? That dog don't hunt no more, man. What bitch 420? I'm not reading that bullshit. I don't really care to read the bullshit. If you ain't trying to have rational, football conversations, man. I know you're hurt, my nigga. I know you're in your feelings, man. But we gonna talk about this shit, man. We gonna talk about what the fuck's going on. But we ain't gonna sit here and lie like there was nothing done. Like, it wasn't pretty a large majority of the game, but we still only lost this game by 3 points, bro. Like, the Dallas Cowboys got to fine-tune some shit. I'm not saying that they can do it with the current people they have. Like, you probably got to have to trade for some people. You might not got the horses in the stable to run that kind of race, man. But I'm not giving up on shit. We got 14 more games to get this shit together, man. We got 14 more games to get this shit together. Boy, you don't get out my chat box before I fuck your mama. Bald-headed bitch. Weak-ass nigga. Fuck are you talking to, my boy? You better take that goofy shit on somewhere, my nigga. Matter of fact, I'll help you out, man. Bye, bitch. You spoke fast. You ain't spoke on shit, nigga. Your pussy hurt, so you came to this motherfucker and cry about it, man. It's okay, though. You up here talk about people crying on the sideline. You up here crying in somebody's chat box, stupid motherfucker. Get your shit together, nigga. Roll the fuck up. And that's the problem, man. Us as fans can't be out this motherfucker crying like some little old bitches and then cry about the Cowboys crying and shit. They soft and you soft, nigga. You ain't no hard body killer, man. You on this bitch with a fake profile picture crying in people's chat box, man. Get your shit together, nigga. Get your shit together. Oh, yeah, and listen. Every quarterback is going to miss a couple throws, man. Every quarterback going to miss some throws. Going to be some bad reads. That shit happens. But nigga ain't finna just sit here and cry like a hoe in my chat box. You know what I'm saying? Just because they ain't do what they wanted him to do. Like, my nigga, get your shit together, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Get your shit together, man. That's all I'm saying. You in a stranger chat box crying and shit, man. My boy King Tut said they ain't been dominant since 2016. Hey, listen, they're probably the most physical team the Dallas Cowboys ever had. They might be the most physical team the Dallas Cowboys ever had. That they ran the ball down your throat. He hit you in the mouth. You got out. You still made explosive plays in the passing game. Like, that was a very physical team that we had in 2016. And listen, what this is not going to be is one of those shows that evolves into a witch hunt. If you came away from that game feeling your quarterback is the biggest issue that you have, you just need to kill yourself. Because you're wasting breath, you're wasting air, you're wasting everything. That's all I'm going to say to that. If you came away from that game thinking your quarterback was the biggest issue, please just kill yourself. There are people that actually use their brains that you're taking oxygen from. So please, just take yourself out, man. Just take yourself out. It said, ACM, I just had a thought. What's your thought, nigga? What's your thought, JJ? Put in the chat box, Kenfo. I want to hear you. Star, you ain't got to worry about the Quincy. I can't see the Quincy when I do my live shows. I cannot see anything that the Quincy puts up here when I'm live. Y'all are the ones that got to deal with the Quincy, and I'm sorry about that. Shout out to my boy Cowboys All Day 1431 for the $9.99 for your mind. My boy said it's culture. Everything the Jones do goes against what you need to build a team. Right. The coaches can't coach and they don't even control who plays. It hurts, but I'm riding all season DC4L. Man. I seen that shit. And listen, I saw that shit. Dak Prescott was pissed. Like, this is the most frustrated I've seen Dak Prescott since he's been the starting quarterback. And I'm actually happy about that, man. I'm happy about that. I need him to cuss people out. I need him to hold people accountable. Like, you can't always be, listen, when you're the leader, when you're the authoritarian figure somewhere, you can't be the good guy most of the times, man. Like just like when you're a father or you're a parent, man. You always got to be the person to tell your kids right from wrong, even when the shit they want to do is probably fun as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But you always have to be the villain in those situations. So Dak, I know you want to be beloved. I know you're the company guy. You say all the right things at the podium. You got to cuss these niggas out sometimes, boy. You got to cuss them smooth the fuck out. And guess what? They're paying you $231 million guaranteed. You'll never lose your job, my boy. You could tell them exactly how you feel about them, and there will be no consequences or repercussions because you is the big dog in Dallas. You is the big dog in Dallas, man. So that's part of what they pay you to do is be the leader too. So listen, sometimes leadership is not always patting them on the back and saying we'll get them next time. Sometimes leadership is cussing people the fuck out. And King, that's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. I am the highest paid player on the team. I am the all-pro quarterback. I am going to be the Dallas Cowboys all-time leader, in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Might hit those marks this year at this fucking rate. I will tell you what the fuck ever I want to tell you. I have all the room to talk. You ain't shit without me. Ain't a goddamn thing without me. And you think you can do better, put Cooper Rush ass in then, motherfucker. I'ma hold my nuts and talk crazy to any one of you motherfuckers. Let's keep it real. Talk about niggas ain't got room to talk. Who the fuck is CeeDee Lamb? The nigga that cry like a hoe every time something go bad and pound on the sideline, fumbling fucking balls, dropping fucking balls. No, I will talk. You should talk bad to his ass. And that's the thing. Who are these players to not be reprimanded by the quarterback? They've done absolutely nothing. Less than what Dak Prescott's done, if we being honest. So nah, there ain't a play on this team that Dak Prescott shouldn't be able to cuss the fuck out. Like 1,000%. There ain't a play on this team Dak Prescott shouldn't be able to tell what the fuck he thinks. He dropped the ball and picked it back up. He also had 3 touchdowns and almost 400 yards. Because you forgetting the fact we scored on that drive that he dropped the ball, right? We scored a touchdown. Cost was absolutely nothing. He said, look up in the chat, HTM. I put it in the chat. Let me see. Oh, I heard it, but I've also seen Tom Brady drop the fucking ball. It's always easy to critique shit when you're sitting up there in the press box. But Tom Brady ass wasn't laughing when we retired his stupid ass, was he? Oh, he don't giggle about that shit. That shit had that nigga tight as a motherfucker. Lose to the Dallas Cowboys in a blowout to Dak Prescott. He wasn't laughing then, was he? I don't see it though, my boy. I don't see it. I don't see the chat. You might have to retype that shit. It said traded CD for Devontae. He wants out of Dallas. I would listen. I wouldn't trade CD away because I need him, but I would trade for Devontae Adams if they trying to put him on the trading block. If he's willing to come to Dallas and play with Foe, I do it. King Kai, are you retarded? Do you even know what prevent defense looks like? Do you know what prevent defense looks like? Because you obviously don't. And you, my boy, you've been in the chat box for a while. That wasn't prevent defense. They were still running 2 high safety shells and cover 0 blitzes. That was not no damn prevent defense. I'm sorry to tell you that, King Kai. I'm sorry to tell you that shit. So we're going to have to learn what prevent defense is before we say guys are in prevent. Said TB12 only great when he had the advantages. I ain't going to go that far now. Like there's slander and then there's lying. You know what I'm saying? Every player that wins Super Bowls or won one, of course they had great teams because you need great teams to win a Super Bowl. I said he gonna have a Phillip Rivers type career, all these Hall of Fame stats, but the organization won't help get over the hump to the Super Bowl, but statistically he will. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this rate, my boy, how are they playing soft? They did not change their coverages. They played the same coverages that they played all game, King Kai. They played the same exact shells that they played all game. Absolutely nothing changed. And you can't play soft on cover zero. It's an all-out blitz. So no, you were being facetious and you were full of shit when you were doing it. But it's okay. He lit up the same coverages that they played all game. Point blank period. It said, yeah, listen, Tom Brady was that dude. Just because I didn't agree with him being a little hoe, having to stick up his ass about the Dallas Cowboys, I ain't gonna take away from his greatness. Should have traded Amari, but 88 dude gotta do better. Yeah, I agree. My boy, I didn't watch the full film. I know what an all-out blitz looks like. My boy. Said, all right, y'all. Y'all are retarded. A lot of y'all are, and it's okay. Because this is for a show for all people. This is for people that graduated from the top of their class, and this is from people that had one class all through high school. It's okay. You're all still Dallas Cowboys fans, so I'm going to let y'all make it. But some of y'all don't have the good sense that God gave you, and that's fine. It said, question, why did it take to the late third quarter to fire up? A bunch of things. Penalties for one. Like, you have multiple drives stalled by penalties, holding calls, all kinds of shit, false starts. You also had the drive that went down there, got into the red zone and was fumbled in the red zone. So they really moved the ball majority of the day. They did. But there were a lot of times that they got no points or they had to settle for field goals. You can't commit penalties at home, turn the ball over in the red zone. King, you're not here no more, bitch. Bye. I'll never see your little faggot ass again. Bye, bitch ass nigga. Your mama can glaze me though, bitch. Bye. You gone. Bye, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, you gone, nigga. You gone. Bye. I ain't got to argue with you on my channel. You can go to one of those little faggot ass YouTube shows and you can sit in there and troll. But you ain't finna bring your little stupid ass over here and do that shit. Bye. Don't need you. Don't want to see you. And if anybody else got some stupid shit to say, you will also be banned, neutered, gone from existence, like the little bitch you are. Anybody else wants to be removed from the fucking page, go ahead and put it in the chat box. I will gladly oblige you, because I ain't playing with you bitch ass nigga today. We talking football, and you up here trying to make jokes. See, this is why I don't really like having anime motherfuckers on here. Y'all niggas don't know shit. You can tell me everything about Naruto, nigga. You can't tell me shit about no football. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk. Stupid ass niggas. See, hey, good work, JJ, man. Shoot those stupid ass niggas in the head, man. If they don't know what prevent defense is, get them out the chat box. If they don't know what a shell is, get them out the chat box. We ain't having football conversations with non-football people. That shit over with. If you don't know shit, either sit and learn or get the fuck out the chat box, man. That's how shit going on for the rest of the year, man. For the rest of the year. Man, listen. Is it crazy that the O-line getting manhandled and you got two rookies? You got a rookie left tackle. Well, you got a rookie left tackle. You got a rookie center. And you got a sorry-ass right tackle. Of course, your offense is struggling. Of course they can't protect. Of course they can't run block, man. That offensive line is horrible. It's horrible. Said, why are people surprised Cowboys couldn't stop the Ravens with their top run game? I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure at all why they couldn't figure out the Dallas Cowboys couldn't stop the run. TP3, did you come here to get blocked? I just want to know. We ain't doing this shit today. If explaining what happens on the football field is excuses, then yes, these are excuses. So what do we rebuild? I ain't taking off shit. Brock delusional. Is that what do we rebuild first? Man, listen, bro. I'm benching Terrence Steele. We're gonna start there. The rookies is too early to say that they won't be good because they need time. I'm benching Terrence Steele. I've seen enough. Terrence Steele is a veteran. You cannot be one of my tenured linemen giving up that many sacks, that many pressures, that many hits. We got to get rid of you. We got to get rid of you. And listen, bro, one of the keys to victory for the Dallas Cowboys was turning Lamar Jackson to a passer, trying to neutralize that run game. Am I South African? No, I'm from Arkansas. Are you Portuguese or some shit? Said Steele is ass. Yeah. You done? Yeah, I'm done with him too. Big boy say he love to watch the Dallas Cowboys lose. Yeah, I bet you do. You have nothing else in your life to live for. Niggas without no motion. Niggas ain't got no hoes. Niggas ain't got no money. All you live for is to watch the Dallas Cowboys lose. You ain't got shit else besides that. So guess what? When we win, I really want you to kill yourself after that. So you no longer will have a reason to live. You might as well just end yourself at that point. He said, get rid of him for who? Shit. Anybody at this point. Trey, I will put you in that motherfucker. I will put you in for Terrence Steele at this point, Trey. I just need you to go to a buffet about 3-4 times a day. I will put you in for Terrence Steele at this point, man. It don't even really matter. It don't even fucking matter, my boy. Hey, the liquor store loves you back too, VI. Salute to you. Cause listen, I'm not the people to let trolls come in here to troll. I'm going to cuss you out and block you. That's what God put me on this earth to do, is to cuss out stupid people. It's a gift. It is a gift. Schumer, you know what, boy? Hell no. I'm not putting Schumer nowhere near my offensive line. I lied. I'm not putting Schumer in. I might try Austin Richards or somebody else, but I'm not putting them in. Hold on, landlord. Oh, this nigga said Hen ain't trill for real. I seen him leaving a Diddy party. He asked me to do a show. I told him, no, Diddy, I'm the last one. Do I cover boxing too? Sometimes, man. I'm not a boxing channel, but when there are big fights, we do like watch parties and shit for the bigger fights. Is there we got any free samples today? Man. And listen, I need everybody to just boo landlord. I need y'all just to boo landlord at this point, man. He is a villain. He cannot be trusted. He is nefarious. You seen the devil emoji in his shit, man. You know that man the devil. Landlord, that whole remark is sus. I know. He don't see it, but I know. I did. I saw Anthony Joshua get knocked out. It probably was long overdue. Cause let's be 1,000% honest, man. I don't believe that he said, "How about we boo your team?" I don't give a fuck. What's that gonna make me do? Cry, bitch ass nigga? No, I don't care. This nigga landlord today. Man, he a freaky ass nigga that need to stay in the house. Man, that's my boy though. That's my boy though. It said my voice and video ain't synced because you got bad Wi-Fi, stupid ass nigga. You got bad Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi service is the shit the government gave you. That's why the shit don't appear synced to you. No, blue pill, it will not. Nothing can make me cry. Especially a nigga named Blue Pill. Or you named Blue Pill because you need Viagra to please your wife. Is that why you're named Blue Pill? No, I don't give a damn. That man's name is Blue Pill. You know he was at a Diddy party. I told you. Government assisted Wi-Fi will do that shit to you. Do I think that AJ is all hype? Yep. Honestly. When you pick that many fights, like how many top boxers has AJ even fought in his career? If we're being honest. He said I have to say, hey, not for long. Thank God we played the Giants on Thursday, right? Ooh. And you know, that's the only saving grace for the Dallas Cowboys, man. That's the only saving grace for the Dallas Cowboys, that we get to play the Giants on Thursday and we ain't gotta wait to play again. Yeah. You can leave him. He ain't said anything to get shot yet. Said 5 more losses. We got 2. Nah. I can see 4 more losses. I can see 4 more losses. If the Dallas Cowboys lose 6 games, that's still 11 wins. That's around about what the Dallas Cowboys usually do. 12 wins, 11 wins. And I really don't care about the extra win. If the Dallas Cowboys get their shit together before the playoffs, I'd much rather them be 11-6 and playing better football than being 12-5 and being suspect. Oh, yeah, I'm done too. If the Dallas Cowboys lose to the Giants, it's over with. It's over with. So, yeah. And listen, it's going to be a must-win game, man. When we go out there to New York, it's a must-win game. You cannot fall that far behind the division. You can't lose to the damn Giants at that point. But, yo, it's been an hour worth of content. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, showing love, supporting. Even the trolls, thank you for adding to the algorithm. As long as y'all keep it respectful and all the other good shit, y'all can stay. So tap in, sub up. We'll be back sometime tonight. Probably do some Cowboys Uncut with West Coast Cowboy and Landlord. But it's your boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store, man. And I'm out this bitch.